If you could have any video game ability, what would it be? Protect girls. Kiss wife. You awaken feeling rested. Press Y to honk. I want to write a fic where Lilo goes to college and her roommate is Boo from Monsters Incorporated. Boo is the first person to think Stitch is adorable and cuddly, and Lilo is the first person not to act like Mike Wazowski was a weird name for a goldfish. They get on like a house on fire, which is kind of bad for Nanny's blood pressure. But then one night they wake up in the middle of the night because something is in their closet and the door starts to creak open. So Stitch tackles whatever is in there. They fall back into the closet, the door slams shut, and when Lilo runs over and opens it, there's nothing but an empty closet. Then Boo tells Lilo all about this weird thing that happened to her when she was a kid and how no one ever believed her, but she knows it was real. And cue Lilo and Boo busting into the monster world to rescue Stitch and wreaking mad havoc in the process. Oh my god. I need this, like I need coffee in the morning. This is everything I never knew I wanted. She only hit me once. She hit me. He's kind of scary when he texts non-stop. He's scary when he texts non-stop. He only hit her once. He hit her. Abuse is abuse. Let's talk about it. Gender neutral abuse awareness on this hell site. Nice. There's a Chinese exchange student in my composition class, and we were being presented something about how you can use brackets to signify translation, and there was Chinese text on the screen, and the prof said to him, "What does that say?" And he deadpanned, "I can't speak Chinese," and everyone sat there in dumbfounded silence, and then the presenter clicked to show that the text literally said, "I can't speak Chinese," with the most ass-eating grin on his face. Chaotic neutral. Dear anyone who hates cats, my cat literally sleeps next to my face until she thinks I'm asleep, and then she'll move to the end of my bed. If I wake up at night, she'll go back up to me head and stay with me until I fall asleep again. In the morning she'll follow me when I call her. She's a precious little nugget. I don't know, it's still a bad musical. Professor is 6 minutes late to first class AIII. So 10 minutes after class was supposed to start, someone throws a book at the whiteboard and everyone goes silent as this guy in a baseball cap leaps over his desk to the front of the room and says, "I guess we can start class now. We are gonna start by talking about my favorite subject, me. My professor is a really young dude and disguised himself as a student. Power play of the century. I'm gonna name my daughter this app, but pronounce it like there's a this ass nakin me boot. I'm 10,000 pounds of babby. When a dog jumps on your stomach, my dogs have progressively become better and better at landing with all 4 paws on my testicles. The fuckers land with the accuracy of an airstrike on my nuts, and their face slams against my jaw every time they do so. Please help me, I want children. Fun fact. In the 80s, the Dutch Unemployed Union held fridge raids to protest against poverty. They'd find out when a politician of Big Boss who upheld poverty and starvation wages was speaking at some public event. Then they'd carefully break into his house with a lot of people and they would eat every piece of food in his house and leave the empty dish behind without taking anything else. Direct action at its finest. Time for goblins to gobble. Tumblr is an awful place, full of awful people, and I hate every single one of you. Mr. Sandman came on and without blinking I sang Man Mia Sand. Make him the cutest card or man hook hand. We bought Mountain Dew flavored lip balm and now we just keep saying, "Bro, I need some gamer fuel," and kissing each other. This isn't a cute relationship post. We are 4 grown men who are supposed to be working right now. Bro, I think you got 3 boyfriends. Hell yeah. There were no cases of autism before 1930. Yeah, Mount Everest wasn't discovered till 1856, but I'm sure the fucking mountain still existed. Everything I have ever known about James Charles I've had to learn against my own will. Everything I have ever known, I've had to learn against my own will. I know I'm the OP, but wow, mood. Ancient Evil Awakens. Morals and ethics have changed so much in the last 10,000 years that the ancient evil is considered pretty moderate by today's standards. I will topple your empires and your kings. I will drain the wealth from your coffers and elevate your serfs and servants until they stand on the same ground as the mightiest of emperors. Women shall freely speak their minds, unbound by the fetters you have set, and the lines between man and woman shall be hopelessly blurred and shattered into 1,000 facets. Your children shall fall into one another regardless of sex, or class, or wealth, and none shall raise a hand or a word against them. The age of crowns and boundaries and divine right shall end, and it shall fall to each human to choose their weight. Why? Why are you cheering? Oh, it's just a comparison of the faces. I thought this was implying that George Costanza was going to beat the out of Pikachu. A Dark Souls-like game, where the lore for a weapon gets less vague the more you upgrade it. Broken blade, a brittle sword. You can't seem to let it go. Unpolished blade, a cherished weapon from ages past. Polished blade, you remember something. Bride's blade, your wife's sword. At first I wanted to make this funny, but it just made me sad. Wife in the background, I'm still alive. Do you all want to see a puppy that was so fucking huge large, his mom had to get a C-section only specifically because of this puppy? Big baby, my child. My friend's dog had the same happen. They were supposed to have 4 puppies. They got one single puppy the size of 4 newborns because he absorbed his siblings before they were fully developed. They named him Panji. Financial goals. Bathtub that's deep enough for me to be 100% fully submerged, preferably one of those triangle corner ones. Also maybe being debt free, but the tub comes first. Me, 8 years old, sitting in the largest bathtub that they have on display in the Home Depot. This is the height of luxury. This is not anatomically right. What? The scariest part of Halloween is how anatomically incorrect these decorations are. Listen, sometimes necromancers get bored, and there's always lots of little bones laying around. Gonna make a bone spider. Why? Because I do what I want. Story time. My dad always made dinner when I was little, so I spent the first 4 years of my life eating Mexican food every day, and the first time I went over to one of my white friends' houses, they gave us PB&J sandwiches, and I was like, haha, what about dinner? And the mom was like, that is dinner, sweetie, and I was like, I have to go home now. When I got home, my parents were like, I thought you were staying for dinner, and I told them what happened, and my mom was shocked and was like, Delaney, that is rude, but my dad laughed for like half an hour. Your mental illness is all in your head. Where did you think it was? My mental illness is stored in the balls. Mental illness is the powerhouse of the cell. New cryptid. Exhausted woman at Starbucks. Actual conversation I had at register. Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you today? How much is it to fill a venti with espresso? I'm sorry, a venti cup. How much to fill it with espresso? Oh. Well, it'd be I suppose. I only have a button for a quad. I don't have special pricing for 20 ounces of espresso in a single drink. Price is the furthest thing from my mind right now. How many ad shots is that? Deep breath of fear, it'd be a quad with clears throat. 16 additional shots. N can't remember their girl's fav color, but know by heart every episode Goku went up a Super Saiyan level. My girl ain't never saved the human race. My girl was never there after school when I was lonely with no friends. Goku was. $10 says Goku never sucked your pee-pee. Neither. $10 says you can mind your business. What me and Goku do is between me and Goku. I've seen so many girls at my school wearing these leggings since they started selling them at Hot Topic, and I just have to ask, is it supposed to look like Ariel and Flounder are staring at your junk? Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?